going to try something a little bit different for an episode here this time. This is going to be a quicker episode hitting a variety of short, quick topics, fun stuff I've come across on the internet, stuff to throw out there, versus the longer single format episodes that I've been doing. There'll still be another one of those coming out this week, but I just thought this would be something different to kind of get some ideas and things that I've seen out there that are not long enough to talk about for a full, 20-30 minute episode, but stuff that I think you'll still be interested in. Anything that I mentioned will have links in the show notes or on the episode webpage that you can get at thebeerleaguer.com. So anything you hear on there, don't worry, you can go find out about it. You don't gotta worry about writing it down. First off, I want to make mention, I do have a YouTube video out for the full Sparks review that I have. I broke that up into two parts on the podcast. I do have a full video of that. It's about 50 minutes long, I think. It has some video, some images, stuff like that from my Sparks machine and stuff from Sparks. So if you want to see a little bit of what I was talking about, you can go check that out. Speaking of videos, a couple of interesting videos that I came across this week that I think are worth watching. One is Hockey Reviews. If you don't know the Hockey Reviews channel, you should definitely check them out. He does really good in-depth reviews on all kinds of player and goalie equipment. He actually just put a video out about how to help make your skates last longer. Just some little tips and tricks and things that he does to make skates last longer. Some stuff that I knew to do, and plenty of things I didn't know to do. So definitely worth a watch. It's not a very long video, but definitely a good one to watch for that. Also, another really good YouTube channel, The Hockey Guy. Actually, his wife did a video on how she cleans and repairs his jerseys. He has a massive jersey collection, and she goes through how she keeps them looking nice. And she goes through the different types of jerseys, the different way to handle, the iron-on lettering, the stitch lettering, removing stains from white jerseys, color jerseys, all kinds of stuff. Definitely a video to kind of watch and probably save and keep in your back pocket for when you inevitably spill stuff on, either your jersey that you're wearing out to play in, or if you're going to watch your favorite team and, you're eating at the game and you spill stuff on your jersey. Definitely a good one to keep in your back pocket. Also, there is a beer league hockey movie out. If you haven't seen it, it's called The Late Game. It's streaming right now on Amazon. I think it's streaming in most countries off Amazon Prime. They are also doing screenings around the country. I've seen that they're doing a couple in Minnesota and stuff like that. It's a movie all about beer league hockey. I just watched it the other day. I will do a full review of it later, but I'll say definitely worth a stream. Definitely worth the couple of bucks it costs to check that one out. So check that out. It's called The Late Game, and it is on Amazon Prime. And then the last thing I wanted to bring up and talk about is something, I don't know if people remember this or if you knew when it was out, something called the U-Hawk, UHWK. It was a little action camera that was very low profile, small, made to mount on the front of your helmet. It wasn't hockey specific, but most of the applications I saw were for hockey for it, because it does just fit really nicely on a hockey helmet and blend in. People don't really know you're wearing it. Did a nice job recording video kind of angled down to look in front of you. So you didn't have to have a GoPro or GoPro type camera sitting up on the top of your head, which is really just a target for people to try and hit. That was the idea, is that this is a low profile camera that's kind of specifically made to sit on a helmet for something, like hockey, I think lacrosse, floor hockey, something like that, that has a helmet on it for it. So that was out a number of years ago, and I think they were pretty popular, but they just made the one camera. That was it. Never really did any upgrades to it, nothing modernized for it, which is unfortunate. I actually had tried to replace the battery in mine because it just died a couple years ago. After use, it just wouldn't take a charge anymore. And I got a new battery. I soldered it in. Wouldn't power up. I was filming it to make a video going, here's how to repair a U-Haul camera. could not get it to work. So that was kind of disappointing because I really liked having it. A couple other things that weren't really great about it, but it was a version 1, was the interface for it. Well, there wasn't an interface. To do any kind of settings on it, you had to manually change a text file that was on the memory card in the camera. So not something you're doing, off your phone or anything like that. You had to set it up once and forget it. And also the battery. The battery lasted, from what my use was just under an hour. So I would have to remember to turn it on right before my game started, and it would last for pretty much the whole game. If the games took a little bit longer, we just wouldn't get the end of a game. So that was kind of some of the downsides, but I thought, it's a version 1, version 2 will be way better. But version 2 never came out until finally, now they have a U-Hawk 2 that's supposed to be coming out. They call it the U-Hawk 2 Sports Analytics Camera. The form factor looks pretty much the same, but does have a little screen on the front now, whereas the old one did not. And it's supposed to be coming out in the summer of this year. And just looking on the website, they don't have a ton of info on it, but they do have some stuff. Like they say it can do 4K now. It's supposed to have 2 hours of battery life. The same tilted down camera and everything, which sounds great. It does have image stabilization, so hopefully that works pretty well. And it sounds like it's going to have a lot more analytics to it. One of the things it says here on the website in the coming soon stuff is it's got XYZ movement analytics, including top speed, hang time, and smart score head movement. I don't know what that means, but all right. It does also say it'll have U-Hawk app smartphone controls. It'll work, have phone compatibility, and same kind of thing where it's going to be a little camera that mounts to the front of your helmet. They've got a couple different mounting options they talk about on here, so that could be pretty cool. I hope that it's good. I hope it's as good as the original one and lasts a little bit longer. Hope the video that comes out of it is really clean. And I also really hope, because it does say on here that you get a U-Hawk platform 1 year free access when you buy this, I'm really hoping you don't need to have like a subscription service to use the camera. I'm hoping that's for some of the analytics stuff that it's doing, and not for just, I want to record video, because it was a really cool way to record kind of your perspective while you were playing. It took a little bit of fiddling around to get it, really looking, because, if you're looking down, didn't want it like staring at your feet. You wanted it slightly in front of you. So it took a little bit of adjusting on the camera, but it was a really nice view of kind of, your view of the ice and what you're seeing, which was a really different way to do it, especially versus the GoPros that sit above your head and don't really give you that. They kind of just give you, like a third person view of what you're doing. So hopefully U-Hawk 2 coming out will be a cool thing. And something else that I'd like to start throwing in on these quick episodes is just a recommendation of some sort of beer league related social media account that I think you should follow. And this is one of the videos I mentioned was Hockey Reviews on YouTube. That's going to be the account that I say you guys should go check out if you're not already checking them out. Hockey Reviews does a great job, like I said, reviewing player and goalie equipment. Goes in depth, but not insanely in depth. It's in depth, like if you're asking your buddy that is a big gear geek about stuff, and talks about it. One of the also things that I like that he really does is he talks about the gear after he's used it. Some of the reviews take a while for him to get out because he's using the stuff in games. So there isn't, like, hey, I got these new skates. Don't they look great? This is all the stuff about them. And that's it. Or, he took them out to one game and skated them in them. It's like, no, hey, I've been using them for, a couple of weeks. This is how many skates I got in them. This is what I think. I think that's a really nice thing that he does, because it's a little bit more of a real world review on how the stuff holds up, how it feels, and how it works versus just how it is out of the box. So check out the Hockey Reviews YouTube channel. All right, let me know if you guys like this format. If you think this is something I should keep doing, these quick little episodes out there with some different stuff that I have come across while surfing the interwebs. Like I said, all the links for everything will be in the show notes and on the website at thebeerleaguer.com. And as always, everybody, I appreciate any reviews, shares, subscriptions, anything you can do helps the show out. All right, and we will catch you in the next one.